splitting toes. No one gives a damn about your clothes. Sunday morning, tie your dress. You're gonna be your own damn mess. Yeah, stage right, stay the night, stage of fight. You're gonna make it alright, gonna make it
Good morning, everybody. Time to get up and go to work. It is 5:32 in the morning on November 29th, 2021, the second to the last day of the month for November. Then we get on into December. Yes, sirree, Bob, that's what it be. Yeah, I'm broadcasting live on YouTube, from Leander, Texas. And just a suburb right outside of Austin. And I do this every single day. This is my video blog, aka Brain Dump, and I just try to progress and learn something new in crypto, and this is the place where I dump it out in the morning. So yeah, the crypto space is an ever-changing, ever-evolving, widely expanding universe of a place, and now they have the metaverse, you know, and yeah, imagine that you can talk to people and get to know people and meet people in the metaverse. Okay. I guess we could do that here in the universe too. Yeah, I'm kind of referring to a Babylon Bee satire article too. So yeah, wouldn't you know it? So anyway, I'm not sponsored by anybody, and I'm not shilling anything, and always do your own research and all that crap. But you can sit here and listen to things that I learn and maybe give you some ideas so you can go further your own research and do stuff like that, because it's always good to look deeper into things than just the surface and what you see just across news headlines and stuff like that. Anyway, let's go into the old CoinGecko and see what we got here. We have Bitcoin at $54,308.78, so it's still right down in that range. I don't think it's going to meet that 75,000 that a lot of people had said Bitcoin was going to be at the end of November. I have a feeling that it's not going to get 75,000, and yeah, I think there's a lot of people that don't want it to. Ethereum right now too is at a bargain, and I never thought I would be saying that Bitcoin and Ethereum are at bargains, sitting here at 54,000 and 4,000. So yeah, but if you have the means and if you have the desire, it seems like it might be a good time to scoop up some Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I don't know. But I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a regular working schlep, and I do this in the morning before I drive down an hour and 15 minutes to my manufacturing job. And yeah, so what do I know, man? Binance Coin 595.71, Tether dollar, wow, because it's a stable coin. Of course, it's a dollar. Solana 189.51, Cardano $1.50. XRP 92 cents, USDC also a dollar because it's a stable coin. Polkadot 33.71, the Doge sitting at 19 cents. Avalanche 107.01, Shiba Inu, some weird number well below 0.3000038 or whatever. Crypto.com 72 cents. So everything seems to be pretty much at a bargain. The only green that I see here in the top 20 is Terra, and that's up 5.2% in the past 24 hours, 2.4% in the past 7 days. Crypto.com's up 25.1 in the past 7 days. But everything within the past 24 hours is pretty much red. Let me scroll down here, see if I can see anything else. I mean, we got some Monero. Let's see. Oh, Ampleforth is up 22.3% in the past 24 hours, 36.6% in the past 7 days. I wonder what the deal is with that. I can't really even remember what Ampleforth is used for. Yeah, so shoot, man. Yeah, it's just one of those bloody Mondays. Maybe it's a Cyber Monday or whatever. I don't know. Everybody's broke because they spent all their money on crappy TVs all weekend for Black Friday, right? Scroll on down. Let's take a look. Oh, December 1st Human DAO does a launch, and I talked about them a few episodes back. Where are they here in my bookmarks? I got all the stuff I need to talk about, and where, yeah, Degen meets Do Good. At first glance, Human DAO looks like, and I will pull this up. Okay, Degen meets Do Good. At first glance, Human DAO looks like another gaming guild turned DAO, because that's what's happening. A lot of these gaming guilds, because whenever you're in a Discord server, you form guilds and people who do different stuff, and everybody cooperates and all that stuff. So it kind of, in a way, is DAOs, the new forms of companies. People are turning LLCs and DAOs are kind of meshing together, especially in Wyoming. It's kind of becoming a new form of a company. But all this kind of stemmed from gaming, and you would go into Discord, and a lot of every game has their Discord servers and communities of people that meet in there to talk about the game, to form alliances, and all that type of stuff. So anyway, DAOs form. So at first glance, Human DAO looks like another gaming guild turned DAO. Another DAO trying to tap into the $300 billion gaming industry and capitalize on the P2E movement. What is P2E? It means play to earn. So there's a lot of people in a lot of countries, and especially the Human DAO right now is focusing on Axie Infinity, which is really popular in the Philippines and a lot of different countries, certain countries a lot of times tend to like certain cryptocurrencies and certain game projects for some reason. I don't know. So anyway, so you might see a cryptocurrency in the top charts, and you're wondering, why is this currency moving up so fast, or in this position, or whatever it is in the CoinGecko charts? It's because it might be popular in like Vietnam or Asia, or Terra was formed in Terra was one of the only ones that's going up, and it's formed in Korea, and it's very prominent over there in Korea, and it is actually making its way transnational. See, it's one of the only ones that's gone up in the past 7 days, 2.4%. So yeah, so you never know what's going to be popular somewhere. So never discount completely anything if you just think it's lame or whatever. I'm not saying Terra's lame, because I like Terra. So anyway, similar to YGG and Merit Circle, given YGG raised $12.5 million in 30 seconds, and Merit Circle raised 105 million in 72 hours, wouldn't it make sense to just copy and paste? Sure, with a community of 15,000 gamers already, Human DAO is incredibly positioned to capitalize on all of that potential. But if you look a little closer, you'll see Human DAO is completely unique. In fact, it's unique even if you look over the entire landscape of DAOs. The truth is, most DAOs currently drive wealth to those at the top of the socioeconomic ladder, because that's who populates crypto at the moment. Because the people who are populating crypto are the ones who have the money to spend on crypto. So yes, if you're on crypto right now, there's a 95% chance you're at the top of the ladder, globally speaking, of course. And they say chart below. Let's take a look. So yeah, I mean, you might think you're broke. I'm a standard middle class person in the United States, and I live paycheck to paycheck a lot of times, even though I do put aside a little bit to savings. I eke out a little bit, and I manage to yield farm enough to have extra crypto to play with, and I earn money in DAOs, and I earn money in the crypto world by doing things for people and getting USDC or whatever token that DAO has to offer. And and that's how I end up growing my crypto bag. I did start by putting some money into crypto at the very start. Now I earn a lot of crypto, whether it be yield farming or staking or doing tasks like little animations or voiceovers or whatever for people, and I earn crypto that way too. So yeah, but I wouldn't consider myself upper middle or high income at all. So I'm just middle income guy, and but even then, I guess I would still be at the top of the ladder, globally speaking, right? So there's more than 100 DAOs managing over 100 billion assets, and how many of those are actively creating community participation and ownership for newbies or the underserved? Those at the bottom of the ladder. low to no income demographic are the ones who stand to benefit from most crypto and Web3. And you would say, well, you don't really see a lot of, you know, um, well, I mean, I would say mechanics and plumbers, but a lot of mechanics and plumbers make a hell of a lot more than people with college degrees, right? But you don't really see, a lot of low income people making, jumping online to participate in the Web3 space. However, that is not really the case in a lot of these underdeveloped countries, like down in Central America, in the Philippines, and countries in Africa and stuff like that, because they all have cell phones, right? And what is included on those cell phones are games. And you can an internet connection. With an internet connection, and you can set up a free crypto wallet, you can go in and participate in any of these games. So how many of those people in the 100 DAOs are actively creating community participation and ownership opportunities for newbies or the underserved? Those at the bottom of the ladder with low to no income demographic are the ones who stand to benefit the most from crypto and Web3, because isn't crypto and Web3 supposed to take out the middleman and bring in a level playing field for a lot of these people with zero means, like take out the whole idea of the accredited investor. So including these demographics not only creates a more equitable future, but it is the key to making crypto grow exponentially. So why aren't we more focused on it? So if we have 95% of the people in the world, as low income status or poor, and they're suddenly included in the crypto economic space, and then we have a mushroom of growth, and it would look pretty incredible. So let's see, 7% as high income, more than $50 a day, 15% as upper middle, $20 to $50 a day, 17% as middle class, living on $10 to $20 per day, 51% as low income, $2 to $10, and 10% as poor, less than $2 a day. So we have it good in the first world. I mean, I don't know. I mean, $50 a day as high income, to me, it costs like, shoot, $20 in gas just to get down to my work every day. So that's like $100 a week right there. So anyway, the Human DAO is the world's first DAO set up to drive long-term social impact and provide investors with new profound revenue stream, a public good and a way to accrue wealth, a community that creates opportunity for those at the top, middle, and bottom of the ladder to gain equity and have a say. We're talking about growing a middle class by pulling 61% up through the cryptos, through opportunities in crypto and Web3. We believe there are two keys to setting up a DAO that can genuinely drive long-term social impact. A DAO structure that creates opportunities for new members, underserved, and emphasizes broad community ownership and participation, and then underlying revenue stream that is scalable enough to create wealth for everyone involved as the community goes from 1 to 1 million, and flexible enough to ride the waves of the always evolving crypto space. That's the two tall orders. The Bankless DAO that I'm a part of really tries to create a DAO structure that creates equal opportunity for all the new members. That's why everybody in there tries so hard to onboard and bring in new projects. Like, I don't hoard projects when I'm in the Bankless DAO. When I see new people coming in, I stand to the side. I mean, I have my own projects that I'm involved in there. I don't need to be taking on a bunch of new projects just because I feel like I need to be in control or be the one, well, I know how to do that. We don't need some new person coming in here. No, that's not the attitude in the DAO. Like, you want to get in there, do a couple projects, gain your footing, and step to the side, and maybe get deeper in some other projects and allow new people to come in and take some of the lower hanging fruit projects and stuff like that. And then it's just a cycle that repeats itself. So most DAOs create equity and participation opportunities for those at the top of the ladder and are focused on short-term returns. So if you dig into the fine print of most DAOs, you'll see that power and equity are mostly reserved for those at the top of the ladder, especially VCs with privileged access. So some of the other players in the space Human DAO is entering are Path DAO, Merit Circle, and YGG. It's not to throw shade at anyone specific, and we think those are great teams and communities. This is to demonstrate what a DAO must do to position itself to drive long-term social impact. To be clear, none of those DAOs claim to be social impact. But we want to dig into three critical components as to how they are structured. So there's a token issuance and allocation model. And so if you see a lot of this token issuance goes to the founding team and the private investors and only 20% to community. And there's a merit circle, 34% to founding team and private investors, 29.4% to community. And then YGG, let's see, that's 40% to founding team and investors and 45% to community. So that's a lot of tokens going to the founding investors and the VCs and stuff like that. So, so of course, DAOs, all DAOs are skewed towards centralization of top token holders, right? Because the token holders generally a lot of times show the people that, I mean, in theory, I guess would be a little more committed, because if a lot of people would just sell those tokens for Ethereum or Bitcoin or whatever. So, and then, anyway, then they go on to vesting and vesting schedules. So, and then enter Human DAO. So what Human DAO is doing is they're offering an opportunity to basically loan these characters out in these play to earn games like Axie Infinity specifically, to get them in there and get them with the ground on the ground running, so they can be earning crypto through these play to earn games. So they equip them to be able to do so. So let's see. So if you're attracted to the revenue models of gaming guilds like Merit Circle and YGG, you'll be drawn to Human DAO too. Human DAO will be buying the same assets and participating in the same play to earn models. Human DAO has already amassed a community of 15,000 gamers all ready to capitalize on the P2E movement. So they have all the gamers, they're just looking for the investors. And by looking at the success of YGG and Merit Circle's launches, it's clear that this space has been validated by investors and communitarians alike. But there's one thing, Human DAO is not just a gaming guild. The mission isn't to build out the metaverse, although we will by default. It is to improve lives through crypto. And through our 55% community token allocation and 10-year distribution schedule, Human DAO is in a position to educate and mobilize a massive community of end users who will be positioned to take advantage of any revenue generating opportunities in crypto, expanding and diversifying our revenue stream. As assets under management grow, these virtual economies expand over time, so will the HDAO's token value. If digital asset ownership is really the paradigm shift we think it is, let us make sure to include the entire ladder with ownership opportunities, tools, and the ability to do so are already here, as well as considerable demand incoming from underserved communities. So basically, they offer the opportunity to so that the investors loan out these characters to get these people started in these play to earn games, so they can be earning money. And then as the people are earning money through these play to earn games, a percentage of that money goes back into the DAO, which goes back to the investors. So it's a cycle of revenue. So I don't know. This seems pretty interesting. So the token launches on December 1st. So in 2 days. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I didn't mean to spend so much time talking about that. I wanted to talk also about Theta token. Theta network right here. I have been into Theta and an investor in Theta network for since maybe end of 2019, early 2020. So yeah, I'm pretty deep in it, and I haven't bought any in a while, but I've been sitting here running the edge node on my computer and accruing T-Fuel, because it has two different tokens. Theta token is the governance token, and T-Fuel is the utility token. But I've recently been seeing in some articles that Theta token is an essential infrastructure for the metaverse. So it's a metaverse token now. And I was just like, wow, okay. Because I knew that Theta was into content, decentralized content delivery network type of stuff, sharing your bandwidth for people by running these edge nodes on your computer in order to share your bandwidth. So it has one of the most obvious use cases of a lot of these tokens, but I didn't know that they were getting into the metaverse. So let's take a look. I think that the Motley Fool here does probably I think one of the best descriptions I've seen of Theta token and how to explain it in kind of layman's terms, because I read it a lot of these Theta articles, and a lot of them are pretty tech heavy. So and for the sake of people who are not tech heavy, I will read it, this Motley Fool one. So it's under the radar currency Theta going to make you richer, because that's what we're all here for, is to get rich. So, I mean, it'd be nice, I'm trying to build generational wealth here and stuff like that, but I also love the tech behind all this stuff. It's really interesting stuff. So So key points: with a market cap of just $6 billion, the Theta cryptocurrency is not a household name at all. The token offers a unique and potentially valuable real-world use case tied to massive growth markets such as digital media and online video games. And then 3, the token is volatile, but there's a clear long-term case for this cryptocurrency. So, Motley Fool issues rare all-in buy alert. I mean, for it being so rare, I see the Motley Fool issuing a lot of rare all-in buy alerts. So anyway, this month the market capitalization of the entire cryptocurrency market eclipsed an astounding $3 trillion. This number is too large to overlook, meaning almost everyone is at least somewhat curious about cryptocurrencies these days. But most newcomers struggle to ascertain what cryptocurrencies actually do and why they're considered innovative. So and I can see this when I try to explain, what cryptocurrency is to new people. So, so let's see. I've admittedly struggled to see the practicality of many popular cryptocurrency projects myself, and that's why my enthusiasm is quickly growing with Theta. The Theta network has the clearest use case for any decentralized project that I'm aware of. I mocked Netflix when it switched to streaming in 2007, because remember, you used to have to get the DVDs mailed to you, and then you would put it in that little envelope and you would mail it back, and that's how you did Netflix, kids. To me, the internet was far too slow to stream video, because that's why you had to mail it, because the internet was too slow to bring you video. However, I failed to recognize that the internet was getting faster and would one day be able to support Netflix without a problem. In hindsight, it was a prescient move by the company, and one of the reasons it's one of the greatest stocks of the past decade. So yeah, if you bought Netflix back in 2007, you're doing pretty well right now, I gotta say. So however, the speed of the internet today likely won't be enough to handle the load of tomorrow. Streaming in 4K resolution is just starting to become more common, but future bandwidth hogs like 8K streaming, multiplayer synchronous video gaming, and immersive experiences in the metaverse could bog down the current system. I mean, I have a neighbor, one of my wife's friend's husbands. I mean, he will literally cancel any type of plans and clear out his schedule on a Saturday night to go game with his friends, and to sit in his house, and so he can sit up at night with his headset on and game with his friends on a Saturday night instead of come hang out with us and do whatever all the dads are supposed to be doing together at night. So right, I mean, I sit in front of my computer too talking about cryptocurrency, so it's a spade calling a spade spade. All right, whatever. So right now we compensate for slow internet speeds by placing content physically closer to the end consumer via content delivery networks, CDNs. So 2 well-known companies profiting from this business are Cloudflare and Fastly. So CDNs are kind of the routing points that it's coming from Amazon, coming from Theta, coming from not Theta, coming from Netflix, coming from wherever it's coming, and then it goes to these CDNs to help the distribution to allow so people won't get muddy streams, all this buffering and all that crap that was happening back then. It still happens now, but not as much thanks to these CDNs. But placing the content on these CDNs comes with a potential downside. When they go down, the internet goes black. For example, Fastly went down earlier this year, taking major websites like Amazon and Reddit down with it. Theta solves this problem because it's a decentralized CDN. So anyone with a computing, because all these are centralized, you have CDNs located in around every large city, sometimes way out in the country. Even in places like Hermiston, Oregon, which is in the middle of nowhere, there's a giant CDN complex out there, an Amazon complex. So Theta solves this problem because it's a decentralized CDN. Anyone with enough computing power can become part of the Theta network. Volunteering your computer makes you an edge node, and I run an edge node on my computer, right? So it's cheap to download, it's free to download, it's free to run, and you don't have to sign up for anything. You just have to make a Theta wallet, and then you just run it on your computer, and you can turn it off or pause it, or use little power or whatever you want to do, and it will earn T-Fuel for you because it shares your unused bandwidth. So if you go in here and you turn on your Netflix and stuff like that, it's not going to use that bandwidth. It will always prioritize your own bandwidth first that you're using. So Theta solves this problem because it's a decentralized CDN. Anyone with enough computing power can become part of the Theta network. Volunteering your computer makes you an edge node, and if one edge node goes down, users can simply continue accessing content from all the other nodes on the network. So think about this. I mean, I'm running a Theta edge node on my computer. A lot of people are running Theta edge nodes on their computers, but it's literally only scratching the surface. Theta's partnering with Sony, with Samsung, with LG. You know what this means, folks? This means that, I mean, I could see, and this is just me, but I could see Theta network edge nodes being installed automatically in TVs all over the world. Theta edge nodes. So imagine every single TV you buy already being equipped with a Theta edge node and its own basically content delivery network installed in your TV. So you have a CDN in your TV. Your neighbor has a CDN in their TV. Joe down the street has a CDN. Everyone has a CDN installed in their TV. And then, you know what? We have zero problems. It doesn't matter how many people are meeting up in a gaming space to all simultaneously game, or how many people in your neighborhood are watching the next iteration of Frozen, whether it be Frozen 10,000.5. And God forbid that they would have to play that Let It. I don't even want to start singing that song. Let it go, let it go. Oh man, if you have little girls, you'll understand what I'm saying. So anyway, so everybody would be running edge nodes. So if one edge node goes down, users can simply continue accessing content from all the other edge nodes on the network. And that's the thing. And that's kind of like the whole idea about tentacles of the AI space, you know, all reaching out as nodes and these autonomous economic agents. You know, Mr. Smith and the Matrix, you know, they're everywhere yet nowhere. If you cut down one Mr. Smith, another Mr. Smith will appear in its place. So, you know, this is great, you know, for things like content delivery networks, but what does this mean for surveillance, right? And what does this mean for your social credit score? And what if these nodes are gathering all types of personal information about you and reporting back to big agencies and you can't ever cut it down, you know, and the three-letter agencies are in the future just run by AI, you know? And what if the AI is making decisions about humanity that are not necessarily good for humanity, and they're gathering all that information from all these edge nodes? Anyway, I digress on a dystopian topic. So, but it's not that far from reality. Actually, all the tech actually exists out there right now to do that. But anyway, back to Theta. So Theta solves the centralization problems of CDNs. So right now we have Cloudflare and Fastly, and even Amazon and Netflix themselves setting up CDN places all around in the country, the rural areas and in the major cities, to try to streamline as much of the content delivery network as possible, but it is centralized. So imagine if everybody has these edge nodes. Okay, Theta solves the centralization problems of these CDNs, but it also improves upon the advantage of CDNs. Traditional CDNs are always geographically close to end users, increasing their connection speeds. But Theta nodes are theoretically even closer to the user. Your next door neighbor could be an edge node, right? Just what I was talking about. You know, so I'm not the only one who's impressed. That's not me. This is the Motley Fool article. Smoking in the boys' room. So it's one thing to impress a simple guy like me when it comes to a decentralized project like Theta. It's quite another thing to attract the attention of Steve Chen and Justin Khan or whatever. You may not recognize their names, but their creations are household names. Chen is a co-founder of YouTube, and Khan is a co-founder of streaming video game platform Twitch, and both are advisors of the Theta project. Multi-billion-dollar businesses like Samsung and Sony are also involved with Theta as investors. Both of these companies have a growing presence in esports, explaining why they've taken an interest in the Theta project. The esports industry is currently trying to overcome the challenge of slow internet speeds as the display resolution of streaming games increases. After all, serious gamers can't risk even a split-second glitch while competing online, because a lot of times nowadays there's big money at stake through esports. So yeah, you don't want a glitch in the Matrix. So perhaps the Theta network could be the solution to faster speeds for streaming video and video games. And considering how massive those markets are, this could be big. By the way, don't expect another decentralized project to do what Theta is doing, so there won't be any copycats because Theta Labs, the company behind the project, was recently awarded a patent for the centralized CDN concept. Potential competitors to Theta, therefore, have serious hurdles to overcome. And not only has Theta gotten one patent here, they have 5 patents on a bunch of different technologies. Another one for NFT ticketing that includes some kind of automated CAPTCHA device that looks out for unique NFTs. I mean, there's just all different types of crazy patents that Theta has accumulated during this phase. And people say, well, because it did spike a little bit, up to $15.90 a token for a while. And I thought I was going to be rich. And then it dropped back down, and now it's at $6.32. I'm still doing very well on it, but I think it's a sleeping giant. So can it make you rich though? According to CoinMarketCap, Theta has a market cap of $6 billion as of this writing. There are 1 billion tokens in circulation, and that supply is fixed. So it's around $6, right? So therefore, no dilution. There's no dilution to worry about when it comes to Theta, unlike other cryptocurrencies. And if Theta network catches on, it could become a lot more valuable than $6 billion. However, Theta, like most cryptocurrencies, is volatile. The price spiked to $15.90 per token earlier this year and has fallen over 60%. Surprisingly, it was awarded its patent during this downtrend. If anything, I would have expected this to be a catalyst, but right now, Theta doesn't appear to be getting a boost from fundamental improvements to the investing thesis. So moreover, many big cryptocurrency visions in the past didn't become a reality. Therefore, Theta could be a big idea that fails to meaningfully materialize. In conclusion, I personally only invest in cryptocurrencies where I see a clear use case and when I believe there could be a demand from investors. Theta checks those 2 boxes for me, use case and demand. So that's why I believe it can substantially increase in value over the long haul. So should you invest in Theta token? Before you consider the Theta token, you'll want to hear this. All right, whatever. That's just crap from Motley Fool. But yeah, man, I think in the long run, I mean, it has all the backing. People like Sony and Samsung and Google and CAA Talent Agency and Katy Perry's launching that NFT. I mean, people like that don't jump into projects like this just for some kind of get rich quick, because they are rich. They control everything. They're in there to secure these patents and move at the pace of these corporations. I bought in all these Theta tokens quite early, and it's still being offered at an extremely undervalued discount. So yeah, it's $6.32. I'm sticking with it. I'm not selling, and I don't care what you say. So I mean, there's just do a search. There's plenty of other good articles. Just do a search called Theta and the Metaverse. I didn't even touch on the Metaverse aspect of what's going on with Theta, because yeah, Theta is an essential infrastructure for the new upcoming Metaverse here. And I really wanted to talk about this. Maybe I'll have to talk about this tomorrow, but like so rendering VR worlds in real time, Theta Video API, decentralized video distribution to relay in Metaverse video between users, and then video-based NFT that can capture meaningful moments in the Metaverse. I mean, there's just, look at this picture. You know, there's this DJ playing through video, you know, and then all these little avatars standing around dancing and watching, you know, the DJ and stuff like that. They have live concert like this, and all this is powered by Theta, you know, and Decentral Games, Virtual Amnesia Nightclub. You know, it's like, this is what people are doing with their Saturday nights now, folks. All right. Well, that being said, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and we'll see what other news I can dredge up. All right. I will talk to you later.